We need Tula dancing. This is super energetic music. We need Tula getting down to this music. There she is. Oh my golly. Hi, everybody. We are Molly.
She was eating her, I have her eating a little rawhide. Oops, got blurry. Sorry. A little rawhide right here. So she was really mad at me that I pulled her away.
Aww.
I literally had to drag her. She was not wanting to come to me on any level.
So we are, oh, look at you. Hi. Thanks for saying hi already. Thanks for jumping on. Is my light, can you all see me? Okay.
I can see you.
Yeah.
I can see you.
Okay, that's good. Well, as long as you can see me then.
Could I see you better?
I'm Molly. This is Emily, and we are Be Better Together. We are here for another Sister Straight Talk live on Thursday, and we are so excited to see you. So let us know that you're here. Say hi. Let us know. I'm just messing around with my light here. It's just a little dark in the sunroom around this time of day, so sometimes I need some extra help.
And what are we talking about today, Molly?
We are talking about one of my favorite subjects. I love understanding people, figuring out what makes you tick.
Yeah.
I think unleashes a potential of true discovery that can make you really happy with yourself, understand yourself, and figure out how you can really turn into the best version of yourself possible. Because when you really understand why you see the world the way you do and what sorts of things excite you, then you can really start tapping into your potential and becoming a little bit better every day at doing those things and using those gifts. So where do you start if you don't know what you are? And there's 1,000,001 different kinds of tests that you can take on the internet and ways and exams at different schools and things to like try to figure yourself out and professions and this and that. This is a very unique, special one that I pretty much guarantee the large majority of you have never taken before or heard of before. And this could be it for you. This could be the one that really gives you that aha moment. So stay with us on this journey because you are going to actually be sort of partaking in this test with us because we're going to figure out together.
What I want to add. Oh, hi, Carrie. Thanks for hopping on. Hello, Rachel. I'm just seeing comments come through now. What I want to add is what I love about this test is it's kind of simple enough where it's not like super intense, but it gives you a really great understanding and overall understanding of who you are and how you operate in the world with other people and relationships. And it's not a type A or type.
It's not that test.
Yeah, that test. You know, I'm not a type A. But you might be a type something else. All right, so let's just dig into
it. This is how we entice them to stay on till the very end, because guess what? We're going to go to a jewelry store, okay? And whether you're a guy or a gal, everybody loves precious, fine, expensive things in some way or other, okay? Whether we're talking about a watch or a chain or bling or earrings or jewelry or rings, whatever. We are going to a jewelry store today and we're figuring out which gem you are. You are a gem. You are a precious jewel waiting to be discovered so that you can reveal yourself and step into that shiny, expensive potential that you have waiting inside of you.
So
that is what we're talking about today. So if you stay on,
and find out what gem you are.
You got to figure it out. Got to figure it out with us.
Well, let's dig in because we have a lot to cover and we don't have a lot of time. So let's dig in a little bit. And we're going to start by talking about the first personality type. And I'm not going to tell you what gem this is yet, but I'm going to tease you a little bit with I want you to listen, and I want you to drop it in the comments and say, this is me, or I resemble that.
I resemble that comment.
I resemble that comment. If this is feeling like you as I'm reading the comment, as I'm reading the description, okay? This person is motivated by challenge, motivated by money. Again, drop it in the comments if it's resonating with you. Resonating, that's the word I was trying to look for before. Resonating with you. You're motivated by a challenge. You're motivated by money. You are someone who really appreciates the latest fashion. You appreciate having, things that are on trend. You might not always. What is the loud paper shuffling over there, Molly?
That would be me. Sorry, you can hear that.
It sounds like a hurricane happening.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Just turn your volume down for a minute.
Maybe it's just me.
I'm shuffling my papers around.
Carrie, I mean, maybe we'll see what gems are. Okay, so this person is motivated by challenge or money. They like the latest fashion, the latest trends. They most often have impeccable
was that too loud?
grooming habits. So they're always looking very sharp, very chic. They're also not afraid to talk about themselves and their successes. They're not bashful about that at all. They're not shy on any level. They're usually pretty blunt. They get to the point. They're very direct. They also are workaholics. So if you're somebody that, is driven by working towards a goal, getting up at 6 a.m. and getting home at 11 p.m., this is that gem. Also, they'll walk into a room, they'll size it up and talk to the people that they feel are the strongest. So they're not intimidated by strong personalities. They're not intimidated by strength. In fact, they want to align with people that are strong personalities or very dominant. They have a very commanding presence and very confident demeanor. Is any of our audience identifying with this? Nobody's commenting.
I need to see that heart button smashing it up in the color red right now. If you are feeling this trait, or even if you know somebody, you're like, oh, that sounds like my so-and-so.
Yeah.
We all know somebody who this immediately triggers for us, that's that person.
Totally. We all do. We're all thinking of that one person. And if you're not this gem, you're probably thinking, oh, well, that's why we don't really get along. That's why there's always kind of some conflict in our relationship. And so this gem is a ruby. You are a ruby. A ruby. Let's talk about the strengths of a ruby. So
ironically, a ruby is our gem month, Emily.
Of our birth.
And I could not be less rubyish.
You couldn't. It's true. It's surprising, actually. I have quite a bit of ruby in me. I'm not like a dominant ruby, but I have quite a bit of ruby in me.
Yes,
so,
you do.
Definitely more than you. Definitely more than you. I think you have 0.
I'm 0. I have negative degrees of ruby. Yeah.
I have enough ruby to
for both of us.
Oh, yeah. I'm the type of ruby that becomes more ruby if I'm with a ruby. If I'm with a ruby, then I'm like all in on that ruby. But if I'm not, then I kind of lean into my other gems. All right, so let's talk about the strengths of being a ruby. A ruby is wired to lead. So there's somebody who, from a young age, usually, you just kind of think, oh, they'll grow up to be a leader. They'll grow up to lead for good or lead for bad, depending on, what shapes them. It doesn't mean they're going to be a good leader. It doesn't mean that they're going to persuade people to do good things, but they definitely will be the cause of momentum, and people will follow what they do because they'll take charge, they'll take command. They're very confident. Even if they're going in the wrong direction, they're super confident about where they're going. And so they will lead you off a cliff, and you will believe them the entire way. They confront issues head on. So again, they can be blunt, but also if you're not a ruby, you can get your feelings hurt by ruby because they will be very blunt and direct with you, and you will take it very personally and be very sensitive about it, very strong-willed, very persistent. And they're the people that are usually, go into leadership, like presidents and senators and things like that.
CEOs of companies, people who run things at their church or organization or community, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just remembered something that I have to interrupt what you're saying today. Yes.
Say it.
So I made a bit of a promise in the comment section of our last live, telling people to get psyched up about what we were going to be talking about today. And I just want you to know, if you're watching right now, saying this topic is super fascinating. What type are you? Is a great follow-up to last week's what type of gut are you, right? But it's not what you promised, Molly. And I was really interested in that.
You just remembered.
I promise it's still coming. We had some behind the scenes stuff happen that you could care less about. We talk about this today.
I mean, to be honest, I could care less about it.
The other topic is still coming. Sister Straight Talk is giving it to you live about all the different types and ways that you can start understanding yourself and improving your life. And today we're talking about what type of personality are you?
Yes.
So rubies, are there rubies in the house? Where are my rubies
in the house? So we got some low and slow. We'll get to the low and slow gem.
We sure will. Yes, we will. Do you want me to read off the next one?
I would love for you to do that, but I want to real quick talk about the weaknesses of a ruby.
Weaknesses. I totally blew
by that. They're not all amazing, okay? They're not just like all amazing, confident leaders. There are some weaknesses. So, like I said, they're workaholics, which means that they can overwork. So they will burn out and they will crash and burn because they're so driven and so motivated and they don't ever have balance in their life. They are also susceptible to depression because if they're not working and they're not driven and they don't have that goal to work towards, they feel very lost and very aimless and feel very low. So there's lots of highs and also they can have lots of lows. They can steamroll other people, so they're not always very great at listening to other people's ideas. They're not great at taking feedback. And they are so afraid of failure that it's almost with, how do I want to say it? They're deathly afraid of failure. And so they are so driven that they can also drive away people. So relationships can fall apart because they're so afraid of failing at whatever the goal is that they have in life that nothing else matters. And they rush and they don't take time to process. They're not always looking at the big picture because they're rushing to get to that next goal, and they don't easily admit mistakes. All right, so if that's you, list all the weaknesses that you identify with.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. All right, so moving on.
We just did our first gem. We're in a jewelry store today for those of you who are just joining, and we are diving in deep on Straight Talk today, figuring out who you are, what makes you tick, and the power in understanding that so you can kind of step into the potential that that particular gem has for you and the way that it can fulfill some deep desires that you haven't given acknowledgement to start being able to create a life that you actually enjoy and that your version of what's successful can actually start mattering. So that's what we're talking about today. So we just revealed our first gem in our jewelry store, and over here on display, under the glass display table, we have our rubies. And if you're a ruby, let us know. Drop it in the comments. We're moving on now to the next color, the next jewel. This person is motivated by logic. They like things to be rational. They have to have things make sense. They love details. They're very precision-oriented. Accuracy matters. And they speak in a monotone and wear practical clothes and basic color.
And love to research.
Love to be organized. They're good students. They get the A in the class. They work really hard for it. And
they're very punctual.
They ask so many questions all the time, all the questions. They're always on time. They follow the rules. Is this sounding like you? Anybody here?
Wait. Can I describe one more thing?
I think you would love nothing more than to do that.
They usually write long and itemized messages, emails, or texts.
Yes. Now, if I haven't just described my own autobiography, I don't know what else I've done today.
If you guys haven't noticed the little like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, this is definitely Molly's primary gem. So everybody's a primary and a secondary gem. We didn't talk about that, but this is definitely Molly's primary gem.
Overpowering. Really more of this than
you nailed me until you said always on time. Well, it's your primary, Cassandra. So, you might, the other gem that
you don't need to display all of the attributes perfectly of each gem in order for that to still be an over qualifying sense of who you are as a person. So that you're not going to match things perfectly, but see right here, your desire to be perfect and see it completely match makes you this gem.
All right, are we ready to reveal what the gem is?
We're ready to reveal it. Yes, this is the emerald. They're motivated by facts and research and data and organization, and they just really get lost in their own world and in their own head quite easily. And I love the laughing comments because I feel you. You are watching. You are my people. Everyone else is my people too, but you people actually understand why I'm a hot mess most of the time, because I am high emerald. So here's some cons. We just listed the wonderful pros, which we've been sort of saying it in a self-deprecating way, but those really are pros. Those are valuable assets. We all know that we need people like that in our world to make things go around. We cannot all be the same. That would be very weird.
And I want to point out, like, Molly, you and I, we're twins. We're twins, everybody. We're twins. And everybody just kind of assumes we're the same because we're twins. And we are the same. We have the same voice. We have the same mannerisms. We have the same height. We have the same build. We have the same so many things. But it's fascinating to me when we come to these gems, how different we actually are.
We're two different people.
We are two different. It's almost like we're two different people.
Almost. So here's some cons. Here's some cons. The cons. Yes, the cons of the emerald. They are obsessed by facts to the point of overthinking and overanalyzing. They stutter, stall, they falter step. They can't get going. They can't get moving. They're like an engine that you keep pouring water into and expect it to turn on and drive. It can't because they keep pouring the wrong fluid in the engine. So that's a con. They're also, they tend to change people, meaning that...
Do you not know what your note means?
No. I'm processing. See, this is my emerald processing. Okay. No, what this means is that they need people to understand and like them and appreciate them so much that they need other people to basically be like them for that self-validation, because otherwise their world doesn't make sense to them. And they don't understand how they fit into other people's world when other people are disagreeing with them and not getting it. So they have to turn you into them so that they can feel like we're on the same page. It's a very hard journey. It's a hard journey. So overthinking is another con, but here's
paralysis by analysis. Paralysis by analysis is another way to say that.
Here's the bonus. They're perfectionists. So when home alone, they need to relax by getting tasks done, and they love quality items. Quality to-do list items, quality in general just matters a lot to them. And perfectionism, when directed with the right source of energy, perfectionism can be a good thing. It can bring
100%. All of these gems are good. All of these gems are good if you lean into the strengths of each gem, and you're aware of the weaknesses of the gem. I don't think you actually said what the exact strengths of an emerald are.
I don't think I did.
Do you want me to?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to hear what my strengths are right now.
You're persistent. You're persistent with your goals, Molly. You're persistent with your goals. You don't give up. You love to learn, so you're really good at researching. You're diligent. You're efficient. You execute things, you get it done. Like if you say that you're going to do something, you do it. You have a lot of follow through. You're very detail oriented. You're very orderly. You're practical in your approach. So there's not a lot of high highs. There's not a lot of low lows like we were talking about with the rubies. There's a lot of amazing qualities of a ruby.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So who is, you mean emerald? You said ruby.
Oh, yeah, emerald.
Whatever. You guys are following. You know what we mean.
You guys know.
Okay, so those are our first two gems on display. And if you're just tuning in, thank you so much for joining our Straight Talk. We're talking about how valuable you are today, honestly. and how you can use that value to hone in on polishing your outside exterior to bring your best presentation of the beautiful diamond that you are to the world. So we just did our first 2 gems, and now we're getting into...
You're an emerald, Carrie. Yes. You know what? I kind of figured you might be an emerald. That's it. But I'm wondering what your secondary is.
Right. So as you're listening to this, keep in mind that everybody has 2. The one that's more dominant, which you take most of your attributes from, maybe not all. You don't have to match perfectly, but most of them resonate with you. And then you have your secondary one, which is the other one you kind of lean into, and that directs some underlying currents in your life. So understand it and find your potential. If you understand why you are the way that you are, and then understand the strengths and the weaknesses that come with that, then you can bring your best to the world, and you can start kind of talking to your own brain about what you're thinking right now and why you're doing that to yourself. And then you'll stop that self-sabotage cycle and actually stop talking in a boring monotone voice. And
all right, moving on. Okay, so next, the next one is motivated by service. You're comfortable in soft, natural clothes. So not a lot of bright, bold colors. So like muted tones, again, also. Usually pretty soft-spoken, usually pretty quiet. You know, you don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You love people, genuinely love people. You really abhor recognition. So it's not about you, because you're motivated by service. So you're motivated to serve other people, and you don't need to be recognized for that. It's all done self-sacrificially. You don't like bright colors or strong fashion. Again, you don't like to stand out. It's not about you. A lot of people who are this gem work in the service industry, meaning like people who are teachers or in medicine or first responders or working for charities. Soft-spoken and quiet, I already said that. Oh, a lot of times musicians are this gem. And what else? Hardworking, gardening, carpentry, and fixer-upper people. Because again, those are things where you can help. You can help, you know, your home or your family. You can help other people. So again, motivated by service. This gem, but just knowing you're a gem makes you warm and fuzzy inside. Nice. All right. So this gem is a pearl.
Pearls. My husband is a pearl. He is nothing else. He is all pearl. I know he has a secondary in there somewhere, but he is mostly pearl. No, actually, I'm kidding. He's the last one that we're going to talk about. That's the secondary one. But he is 100% pearl.
Yeah, I was going to say the last one we're talking about is
very much him. The last one that we're talking about,
yeah.
The last diamond that we're going to talk about here is very much him as well. But yeah, her pearl is very much him.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the strengths of a pearl. So pearls are very passionate about a cause, super passionate in what they believe in. They are patient. They're enduring. They love people. Again, they genuinely love people. They are really solid at long-term relationships. They're very perceptive of people's emotions. They work well with other people, and they work well in groups because they get along with people. They're, I already said this, patient and enduring. I already said that. They're nurturers. They're caregivers. Yes, those are all the strengths of a pearl.
Did you say that they're really good listeners? Did you say that?
Apparently, you're not a pearl. I don't know if I said that. That was just a very easy joke.
Easy jab. They are really good listeners. They are always willing to help. I think you did say that part. They're getting spicy up in here. Wow.
You just walked right into that one.
Yeah, I really did.
All right. So with every gem, though, the strengths, there's weaknesses. So let's talk about the weaknesses of the pearl. Guys, are you identifying with this? We want to know.
Yeah, I'm seeing some thumbs up. I'm seeing some laughing emoji faces. People are liking it. They're liking this one.
Okay. Okay. So here's the weaknesses of a pearl. Pressure is pain. So remember how a ruby is motivated by, a goal or financial or, very competitive. A ruby is very competitive. The most competitive person is high ruby. Sorry, there's a truck driving by. I know that's super loud.
Kind of like you were in your room driving through it.
There was, but for a pearl, it's the opposite. So pressure is pain. So if you give them a goal or a competitive something or another, they're gonna feel like they can't breathe because it's just crushing them. But they will help you succeed. If you tell them, hey, help me get this goal, oh my gosh, they will help you get the goal, but don't make it about them and don't make it that they have to earn the goal. Make it that they help you earn the goal. That's one way to look at a pearl. They hate confrontation. They will do anything in their power to avoid confrontation. They cannot work fast. They need to be thoughtful about everything that they do. This is interesting. They're very judgmental of others, which you wouldn't think based on all the other things that I've described, but they can be very judgmental of others.
You know why I think this is? It's because they love so much and are so passionate that if other people don't see that perspective or have that same value,
I think so.
For them to judge that person's motivation.
Yeah. Oh, wink, wink, Tamara. They bottle emotions and they internalize because they don't let it out. Wow, moving the stuff again there, Molly. So loud. We have so much noise happening. All right. They hold grudges. And I think a lot of this is because they don't confront issues. And so they kind of dance around the issues. Mm-hmm. And so then bitterness comes. They hold grudges. They're easily manipulated. They can often be a doormat. So somebody that just kind of gets walked over. They want to change others. They want to change others who do not have the same passion or heart. Yeah, exactly. So they're judgmental because they want everybody to be like them and see the world like them. And people just aren't, and they won't.
Yes, exactly. So are you a pearl?
Are you a pearl?
I love pearls. I love pearls. When I'm just going to take a detour and tell this fun little story. So when I was in high school, I was obsessed with Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. It was my identity. And if you're familiar with the story at all, it's a classic literary work from a great well-known author over in Canada. And there was one of the books where she had a string of pearls that she wore, and it was her greatest gift, her prized possession that she got from Matthew, the gentleman who adopted her. And I just coveted pearls my whole life. All I wanted was some pearls up until that point. I was 16 or something.
When does the story talk about me?
We're getting there. And so I wanted pearls so badly, but they're expensive. And I was like having daydreams in my mind of being in college someday and having a boyfriend who'd give me a string of pearls or something. Guess what my fabulous Emily did for me?
Guess what I'm not? I'm not a pearl because I want to be recognized in this story.
Yeah, exactly.
When does it talk about me? When does it talk about me?
I was getting there too.
I know. I can't wait.
I was actually getting there. So that Christmas, guys, Emily surprised me with a string of pearls as my Christmas gift that year. They're still the only pearls that I own.
Well, are they still the only pearls that you own?
No, I did buy some black ones when we were in China. The black pearls, they're very lovely. But yes, they're very special to me. I will never, ever replace that feeling, that emotion that my sister gave me when she gave me pearls. So I love pearls. I love all you pearls out there. Pearls. I actually considered having a pearl stone in my wedding ring. I love pearls so much. So hello to all of our pearls. Are you guys ready for our last gem at the jewelry store? Are you figuring out a little bit more about yourself right now? Mm-hmm. Are you writing this down as you go? Mm-hmm. Because if you're able to write this down, hit replay. If you're catching this on the replay, go back and watch this again so that you can really keep track and take notes and get some value out of this for yourself. Because the more you understand which ones you are, and then hear the list of positives and the list of cons, the more you're going to be able to bring the best of you into the world. So
Yep,
really
100%.
utilize this training, this free training that we're giving you, this thing that a lot of people would have to pay for and spend hours doing and figuring out how to get it done. Like, we're just giving this to you right now because we want you to get some value.
To succeed in life.
So hashtag value if you're enjoying this as we go on to our last gem. The last gem is motivated by what's the thing we've been missing so far? What hasn't been mentioned?
What hasn't been mentioned?
They're motivated by fun.
Ah!
They are usually the life of the party. They are loud. They're animated. They wear bright colors. They have lots of accessories. They may have tattoos and piercings, may or may not, but that would totally be in alignment with them. For them, it's all about standing out, having their personality be known, be fun, be bold, be vibrant, be you, girlfriend, be you, right?
You.
Yeah, and they're all about having a good time. It has to be about having a good time because life is too short to be bored or to be sleeping, my friends. They're very energetic. That's a pro. Okay, so
sorry, I have an itch on my nose, and I know it looks weird, but I have to itch it. It's been driving me crazy.
I have sympathy itches. Okay.
Okay.
So pros are they're very energetic. They are great influencers, meaning that in their vibrant, fun, having fun kind of a way, it's easy for them to attract people to themselves and to influence these people. And they don't even mean to. They don't even know that that's what's happening. That's just naturally a part of their vibe that flows off of them.
I want you to get to the one part that is a direct opposite of what the pearl was. Do you have that part written down?
No, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
you share it.
So this gem needs recognition.
Oh yeah.
Which, if anybody's playing along at home, you might figure out that I have a little bit of this gem in me, just a little bit of this gem in me. I'm not all this gem. I'm actually pretty evenly matched between all of them, except pretty low pearl, to be honest. If that gives any indication about what my flaws are in life. I do need recognition, and I love it. So yeah. Anyways, carry on.
Oh, right. So they're very energetic. They're great influencers. People usually like them, and they are really good team players. So they're the people who kind of build that teamwork sense of camaraderie because they're just vibrant and confident enough that they're able to sort of get people to rally around them without even realizing that we're doing it because of them. They just sort of bring that sense of community. Cons. Okay, my husband is like all of these cons, and he is very much a sapphire. I was mentioning how he was the new pearl and this. Yes, my lovely.
Wait, you didn't talk about the strengths, did you?
I said the pros.
Okay,
Go ahead.
They're resourceful. They're problem solvers. They're encouragers. And again, I'm not 100% sapphire, Molly, because Molly knows I'm not always great at encouraging. Risk takers, love and thrive change. Innovator, inventors are this gem, and they're outrageously optimistic.
This is my husband to a fault, guys. You just described Andy.
I sure did. I sure did. So we reveal what it is?
No, because I have to say the cons.
Oh, yes, do that.
Yes. So the cons of this last most exciting gem, they're not organized. They're not organized. They're always late. Okay.
Yes, Andy is always late. This is none of these themes are me. So I'm only the good characteristics.
So it's all of the good, none of the cons.
Yeah, always.
They are less compliant to rules, meaning that they're so kind of out there with just who they are that they don't really care if you're embarrassed by them not following the rule or doing the whatever, because
again, so Andy. Yeah,
so Andy. And the whole risk-taking thing, he's a firefighter. So I mean, come on. And then do you have any other cons on your sheet?
I do have a couple that describe your husband. They're not planners, and they operate on feelings.
Yeah. Very in the moment. They live in
Yes.
the moment and life kind of happens to them.
Yes. They can get deflated. And it doesn't mean that they get depressed, but they get deflated, like because they live life very emotionally. They can get deflated, and it's hard for them to control that. Trust is everything. If broken, it will never get it back. Never get it back. What else? What else? Oh yeah, lots of highs, lots of lows, because they operate on emotions.
Yes, very emotional people. So they are also intimidated by emeralds, which
one more that describes your husband, kind of, sort of. I don't think more so now. I think he's getting better at this. Andy, we love you. We love you, Andy. I think he's getting better at this as he ages, as he matures, but he never finishes what he starts.
Oh yeah. You know, the other one that I was just reading about how they're intimidated by emeralds. He married an emerald. But let me tell you what he used to say about
Cassandra, you love I'm so sorry. Hold on. That was rude. Carry on.
Sapphires, we haven't said it yet. I let the cat out of the bag.
Sapphires.
They're the last whole con thing is that sapphires, yay, they are intimidated by emeralds. And I find that really humorous because he's married to me and I am high emerald. But guess what? He didn't ask me out for, 15 years because he thought I would never say yes. And he was like, oh, that girl who sits up really straight with that blonde hair and the ponytail sitting up in front of me at church. I'm not going to ask her out. No way, Jose. She's not. I'm not going to deal with that perfectionist over there. So about 15 years, it did keep us apart. Now we're the perfect pair.
No. Oh, Cassandra, no, you didn't. Don't worry about it, Cassandra. Emerald, Cassandra, please. It's okay. She feels bad that your emerald is coming out, Cassandra. It is okay. I think
your emerald is showing. Cassandra.
Your emerald is showing. It's so okay. Okay, so I'm catching up. Sorry, I was getting distracted by the comments. You love sapphires because you're the total opposite. Yes, probably.
Wait, Cassandra, is Mitch is he a sapphire?
Ooh, yes. We must know.
Hey, introverted rock star, there's actually a term for that. That is a social introvert. It's somebody who likes people, who likes social things, and who can often be the person standing in front of the room giving the presentation, but they're not energized by it the way that an extrovert is. So it's not that they're shy or reserved or whatever. They're a social introvert, meaning that they do it on their terms and in their way, because it's not an energy source for them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Social introverts unite.
Oh my gosh. I'm the oldest, Carrie, by 8 minutes. Just catching up on a couple of your comments here. 8 minutes older.
There's no proof of that, by the way. I could have been born first. We could have gotten mixed up at birth. Was everyone following the nurses the whole time, making sure that this baby was labeled in this bassinet at just the right time? Like, honestly, my entire identity of who I am, having an older sister, could be completely construed by the falsity that she was somehow born first. And really, it was me this whole time.
It's true. Did you see that TikTok video?
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Oh, yeah, I sent it to you. This is a TikTok video about twins who probably have the wrong name their whole life because they probably got mixed up.
He's like, I obsess about this more than I should, but there are twins out there, I'm sure, walking around with the wrong name.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So Cassandra answers our question. Mitch is definitely a ruby sapphire. That makes total sense.
Makes total sense.
Why am I hearing myself reverberate in your computer all of a sudden, Molly?
Because I took my papers away from the speaker.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways,
so
that's all we had to talk about.
Always like this, so you can be either a ruby to recap.
8 minutes older, yes, Carrie. 8 whole minutes and 1 whole day because we were born at midnight.
We are 4 minutes before midnight, 4 minutes after midnight. I have my own birthday, just like you all.
Yes,
I experience life the same way. I don't have to share. I don't share my day.
So anyways, we want to know what you want to know from you, especially if you're watching the replay and you're watching this and you're kind of taking that little mental quiz, we want to know what gem are you? Again, primary, secondary. Molly is definitely primary emerald. Share what your secondary is.
My secondary is pearl. However, eliminate all of the loving people and servicing people part.
Okay. And my
this is the way I like to describe it. I am all emerald, and I'm only the cons of pearl. That's how I like to describe myself.
And I am evenly divided between ruby, pearl, emerald, sapphire, pretty much with only like, I'm pretty much consistent across the board.
You're the perfect scoop of ice cream, my friend.
I am the perfect scoop of ice cream.
Yeah.
So I can really lean into whatever needs to be leaned into in the moment or with the people that I'm with. So I'm very moldable, shall we say. Maybe that's why I have a theater degree and I've spent years doing theater, is because I can become other people.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we want to know, what are you? What gem are you? And we want you to tell us. It's super fun. We love knowing our Be Better Together fam, what drives you, what motivates you, and we want you to understand it so you can find your potential. You can understand how to work with other people better. You can understand how to motivate yourself, because motivation does not last, and maybe why is a certain situation in life affecting you a certain way. And so once you understand that, you can tap into resources or skills or tricks in order to get through it. It's just, like Molly said, it's powerful to know yourself.
It's exciting. I think it's exciting, and it's always a journey worth having to know yourself, because you're stuck with yourself for your whole life. So you better become good friends with it. It's about time to become good friends with yourself, because you're not going to the bathroom with anyone else.
Yeah, real quick, I want to share, that reminds me of a quote by John Maxwell, where he said that one of the things that he's learned in his years of connecting with people is that the people who are the best at connecting with other people are the people who are comfortable with themselves. Truck's going by again. So so that you just said something that reminded me of that. So yeah, so that's all we got, guys. As always, thank you for joining. We appreciate your time. We want to give it to you straight. That's what we keep it.
You don't expect it any other way from these two twinsies up here. You expect it straight every Thursday.
Straight.
Every Thursday.
Anything else you want to say, Molly? Anything else? Are we?
No, I think we're good. I just really want you all to stop this video and go rewind, and then to be serious about taking the test, and then dropping it in the comments which one you are, so that we can have a fun conversation about it. That's what I want from you right now.
That's what I want too. I want the same thing. All right.
Well, we're going to let you go live the rest of your Thursday. Go make spaghetti. Thursday is spaghetti day. Did you know that? It's a thing. My mom started it when we were in high school, and I can't get it out of my head ever since then. And I think we're having chicken, and it just doesn't feel right.
So good. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining. Again, if you're watching the replay, let us know. We are over and out. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.